this and his thoughtful process that gets us to where we are now. And I'll say that I'm a member of the Open Lands Advisory Board, the Community Food and Agriculture Coalition's Land Use Viability Committee, and as well I'm a member of the Missoula County Weed Board. And we have a conservation easement on our ranch in Evaro. And to better clarify a lot of what I've been hearing about the decrease in property values, I'm going to go through what happened on our ranch in the last 15 years. My dad put our ranch in a conservation easement in 2008, and that immediately decreased the land value from $1.5 million to $1 million, which was a 33% decrease in value. And we had 25% of that given back to us through open space bond money. Between then and 2013, because of the economy and decrease in land values, the ranch decreased in value another third to $650,000. And it never concerned me because I was very proud that we were protecting our land in perpetuity, and I had no intent on ever selling it. But to be clear, a conservation easement does decrease agricultural land values by about a third. Currently, the Open Lands Bond helps landowners recoup some of this loss, usually in the realm of 30% or even 75% of that lost value. So if the landowner receives 50% of that 33% lost value on half of their agricultural land, then it would be a 17% decrease on the saved half of the land, which overall would be 8.5% value lost in the whole piece. And considering these factors and the fact that real estate markets fluctuate, this seems to be a pretty small price to pay for land that has been ruined in perpetuity for agriculture. Far less has, or this is far less than I think has been thought by a lot of people that are concerned about this. We need large chunks of property in Missoula County if we want to continue beef production. Beef already has the largest carbon footprint of any food we raise in Missoula, but that doesn't seem to decrease the desire for beef. We have new niche markets that capitalize on organic grass-fed local beef, and they get $6 a pound for hamburger, and they can't keep it on the shelves in the good food store. There is no doubt that the best way to protect these lands is through voluntary conservation, and the local land trust has done an excellent job of doing just that. While we have saved 370,000 acres in conservation easements in the last 8 years, only about 3% of that has been actual agricultural land. We need a two-pronged approach. We need the conservation easements, and we need a regulatory approach. There are ways we can compromise. We could look for less stringent regulations for lands and soils of local importance, and this would soften the regulations on over 60% of our agricultural soils. We could pass a healthy open space bond that pays an even higher percent of this lost land value and gives an opportunity for all of those in Missoula that love the farmers market, love open lands, and local beef to help in the cost to the farmers. We can pass a right to farm ordinance that would help farmers. We can look into the long and unpopular process of zoning. But we need to do something, and these regulations or some semblance of them need to be passed. We've ruined enough land. Now it's time to save some. Thank you very much.
All right. Good evening. First of all, I'd like to thank Missoula County Commissioners for giving agricultural landowners the opportunity to speak to you today. My name is Brett